There we go. All right. All right. So what I want from you two, and if you need some backup, Drescher and Marcus are available. They are my retainers. They've been with me for over 5 years apiece, so Drescher even longer, is just information on any blackmail, any dirty secrets, any dirty laundry. You know, the city councilman with the bastard kid, the hell, I'll even take the lawyer with the sick grandma. Hell, that's something we can use. Any little thing, you know, and any little thing, any little tiny, or even big stuff, you know. I like that too. little hooks, something we can get into them with. I don't particularly care who sits in office, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green. Fucking even vote for the fucking commies if you want, even though that would be spitting my father in the grave. But that is what I want, and I want it done discreetly and quietly. I expect some professionalism, especially you, Mr. Hunter, being ex-Special Forces. I've worked with some Deltas in Mogadishu. Expect the same level of professionalism. Is something like that amenable?
Out of character, I had to mute and check something. Sorry. Quick and dirty. What? I, as a player, derped. Sorry.
Okay.
Adrian would not have derped. I did.
He wants you to watch city council people and city government people, the low end, not like the mayor or fucking none of that stupid shit that gets elected, but the janitors, the lawyers, the paralegals, the pencil pushers. Look for people with weaknesses that Max can use to blackmail them and get them to toe the line.
What kind of influence am I going to need for that?
Nothing. You're going to put it in downtimes and you're going to watch people.
Oh, okay.
You're going to give me the excuse to raise my influences with XP.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know, the STs want to throw a little plot your way, hey, that works. You know.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
All right. For currently, I have 2 points of influence. Well, I'm not gonna say 2 points, but I'm gonna say the level of influence in high society, and
Okay.
one influence in the industry entertainment.
Industry. Okay.
I
forget.
I have 1 point of influence as well.
With
law.
Police.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Law.
Oh, law, legal. I think they call it judicial here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. It's listed on my sheet as law, so.
I'm going to assume that's judicial because some of the names don't match up quite right with Laws of the Night, but it's close enough to work with. All right. So you've worked with some lawyers and you've worked with some people with money. That's good. Now, during the day, I expect Mr. Hunter to basically troll news sites. You're familiar with the internet, right?
I made a mistake. I have my underworld is 2 points. High society is 1 point. Industry entertainment is 1 point.
Oh, so you've got some mafia connections.
Yes.
Ah, those guys. Oh, Mr. Hunter, you might not have to do the wet work. Get Vinny and the boys to...
Not having to get my hands dirty is always better than having to.
Yes. Much more convenient that way.
Yeah.
So, if you, Mr. Lejoux, if you are looking for orders, I can give them to you. On the other hand, I am not your Primogen. I am a Primogen, but I am not your Primogen. But I can give you orders. If you are looking for an assignment, I am more than happy to give you one.
Sure. I don't particularly believe people work for their primogens. They work for ministers or, in our case, coteries. There's no point going in for a particular clan with all the clan weakness and the clan strengths. It's better to have us mixed across coteries.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But if you're willing to accept it, I'm willing to give you orders.
Sure.
Very good. Now, Mr. Hunter, I believe you've made a decision.
Yeah.
Very good. Max gets up, walks over to the wine glass that was nearby. Gets a wine glass, sets it down. He takes the scissors. Okay, that should do it. And he hands you a glass, and then he tops it off with a nice, not expensive wine, but something somebody with a little bit of money would be able to splurge on from time to time. He tops it off,
Right.
fills it up, swirls it around a bit. He says, "Now, once you drink that, there is no going back. And since you like to quote movies, I'll quote one myself that I overheard and then watched myself. That is the red pill." Understood? That glass
Gotcha.
is the red pill. There is no blue pill. The blue pill is a 9mm retirement package.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
That's just the
Give me
hand-
2 seconds. Out of character. Hangouts is trying to crash on me.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, give me a second.
We'll wait. We'll assume you're pondering.
There we go.
You good?
I am good, yes.
So, the glass is in front of you. I'm not going to employ Venture powers to make you drink it. You either do it willingly or you don't. Choice is yours.
I'm going to say this bottle of
That'll work.
fruity water stuff I'm drinking is the glass.
Bottoms up. He holds up
Okay.
he holds up the bottle. Care for some more?
No, I'm good.
Very well. Welcome to the family. Now, as I said, I'm expecting discreet professionalism. We do not need a blazing firefight. We are not being hounded by the Sabbat. We do not need shotguns in high noon. Well, not yet, anyway. I'm just looking for dirt and other useful material to use to gain influence inside the council, or inside New York City government. But not just Manhattan Island either. Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island. Staten Island's been kind of a thorn in our side lately. I could use information on that too, should you find any. Now, I am expecting Mr. Hunter to work during the day, Mr. Lejeune to work at night, obviously. Should you need some resources or backup, especially at night, do not hesitate to ask. I am not the kind that expects you to take care of everything on your own, flawless and, flawless and perfect all the time. But on the other hand, I am expecting the mission to be accomplished. Am I understood?
Yes.
Good. Now, that being said, is there any information, or rather, is there any supplies that you think would be handy for this? Cameras, recording equipment, computing equipment. I'm rather specialized in modern technology, or at least acquiring modern technology, even if my own skills are a little lacking in the. He taps the laptop on the lid, lacking in the certain electronic arenas. But
I could probably handle that.
I will probably need to set up some sort of FBI white van. But
FBI what?
white van. The
FBI white van.
the
I believe he's speaking of a surveillance van, sir.
yeah, that one.
Not an actual FBI van, but a surveillance van set up. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
I don't think I'll need one yet. I may not, but it may, depending on what kind of on the people we're looking after, how well they're hiding and what they're hiding behind.
Very well. I think I can acquire a van and get some fake credentials created.
For now, also there is the condition of the statin. For the past week, I've been looking around trying to see if anybody's trying to recruit. Marksman was trying to buy extra ammunition, military type ammunition. Anybody calling on hits on any Camarilla resource? That kind of has been taking my time. I'll continue doing that as well. I mean, I can split my time. But do you think there's any value for checking if the Sabbat are doing anything with their little war?
The Sabbat of late, and I will be the first to admit that I'm not the first one that's up on my Sabbat, current Sabbat activities. That was the War Coteries area of research led by Limey. But what I do know is that they've attacked 3 times. First time they used street gangs. They just got a bunch of gangbangers hyped up on PCP, and we also suspect some Vitae, most likely left over from that nasty blood-sharing ritual that they do. Got them hyped up on Vitae and PCP and sent them at Limey's club. Naturally, they got dealt with swiftly. All right, fair enough. Second time, on the other hand, they rinse, spit, repeat, but with their shovelhead tactics. So street gangers that got shovel-headed and sent at. Those provided a little bit more of a challenge. And then on the third time, it was a fledgling pack, an actual blood-bound to each other pack. That too also has been dealt with, although that one was considerably harder. Now, what that tells me is that is escalation. They are probing weaknesses, probing responses, probing how we react. So while the attackers were not the sharpest tool in the sheds, somebody's coordinating this. Now, again, Limey is the one that's going to have to deal with that. That's Limey's area. But should we find information that leads to taking out Sabbat targets, that's not going to hurt my feelings in the least. It's not our primary goal, not the goal I'm sending you on to do, but it's not going to hurt my feelings either. However, because I am not interested in getting into a jurisdictional pissing match with anyone, if you do find credible data, credible information on any Sabbat activities, or even anarchs that are just acting the fool, you make damn sure you let Limey know. Understood?
Adrian's actually going to raise his hand at this.
Yes?
From my understanding from Mr. Cochler, that guy, was that anarchs aren't tolerated in the city.
They're not, but I've never credited the anarchs for having an overabundance of brains either. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right. So, if, say, one of them went missing, this would not create a problem?
Max kind of shifts in his seat a little bit. Actually, anarchs going missing kind of tickles me a bit. I find them rather funny when one of them does go missing. On the other hand, I don't want to be responsible for a turf war either. That would piss me off. But if an anarch was in our territory and you saw him and was able to track down to his wherever he's staying on Manhattan Island, and you staked him at high noon and drug his ass out, you know, mindful of masquerade, of course, kidnapped him, in other words, and brought him to me, I wouldn't say anything to you.
Do you need them whole?
Not particularly. I need them cogent, but not intact.
Okay. So, like, a finger missing, a hand maybe, not a problem.
Arm, leg, tongue. Well, no, they need to be able to talk, so leave off the tongue. Although, ripping their fangs out wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Okay.
But, as I said, that being said, I'm not sending you out there to stir shit up. That's not what I want right now. What I want is information. I want government officials. I want names. I want numbers. I want dirty little secrets. And what I want right now is the Internal Affairs Division of the NYPD. I want names of officers that sit, or investigators would be probably.
I can get that.
Yeah. I want IA, Internal Affairs. I want names. I want numbers. I want dirty little secrets, if they have any. Sometimes the Internal Affairs guys are either the most corrupt.
Sorry about that.
Either Internal Affairs guys are either the most corrupt or the most pure. There's never really a middle ground with them. But either way, I want names, I want numbers, I want dirty little secrets of IA. Any precinct on this island, any precinct in the city.
I have a guy I know
Yeah.
who works for the police.
Yep. I have some other allies that I'm kind of fishing around just to compare notes, that kind of thing. It's not a question of your skill. It's just I prefer alternate routes to the same goal.
If you put too many eggs in one basket, you're bound to break.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't
I
get
like lots of eggs and lots of baskets.
which influence spheres you would like us to concentrate on. You were mentioning the police and the
Police. Police is the first one. Police sits at the crossroads of just far too many influences to let go.
police
That's why I
power.
want the Internal Affairs, because Internal Affairs, if you control Internal Affairs, you control the police department.
Okay. And the next influence sphere.
Judicial. Laws, lawyers, legal.
I've got that.
Yeah. And then once we control the police and once we control the legal system, next is going to be bureaucracy, where all the paperwork goes through.
I think that's city influence. That's
It's called political. It's called political influence. Or sorry, no, I'm wrong. It's called bureaucratic influence.
And I guess the media has to sit there somewhere eventually.
Media will come in. I have a coterie member. His name is Tobias Budge. He is of Clan Ventru, and he has a lot of media contacts, media influence, and that's kind of his thing. On the other hand, he is more than willing to assist in getting a hold of it. He has some tricks of his own. He is the media influence specialist in my coterie. There's that word again, my coterie. Remember, I'm just a member.
Not just a member. I am the president. Do you have any? I don't have any influence in the police. As I said, I'm more underworld and high society. Do you have any starting points to get into at least understand the hierarchy of what their buildings are, what their cars, what their marks?
I do. Right now, my number one concern is the internal affairs, and I'm expecting more of a midterm investigation into certain internal affairs. If Mr. Hunter could produce the names of various internal affair officers, we will, of course, share the information, and you guys will work as a team, a day shift, night shift style, to gather this information.
I guess I can check my underworld. They probably have their own police contacts.
If they do not have police contacts, I am very disappointed in them.
Yeah. I guess so. For now, we just want the names, and then we decide.
I just want names. I just want to find the dirty secrets. I'm not looking to take any of them out. Even if we have a problem with one of the internal affairs guys, I'm of the opinion: if you kill them, you make a martyr. If you ruin them, they go away.
Political assassination I've found to always be far more effective than flat-out assassination.
Yeah, I'm Catholic myself, so I know the power of martyrdom. Yeah, I much prefer to keep my enemies alive and just weak. Kill them, you make a rallying point, cripple them, and just puttering along.
So for now, we just want names. The first order is names, and then we determine the priorities, and out of the priorities, we come up with secrets.
At this point, yes.
So I guess for now, it's names and reputations.
Names and reputation. That's a good way to put it. I like that.
Good.
So, Mr. Lejeune, they wanted orders. You have them. Find me some dirty cops, preferably IA.
Will do.
Very good. Now, me and Mr. Hunter, we've got a little bit of business to conclude on our end. Do you need Mr. Lejeune any Vitae or Haven, or have you already taken care of that?
I have Haven at the club that I'm running. Beside it.
Just make sure you.
Vita's taken care of.
Okay, and make sure you're not out in the wind or out in the boonies.
Yeah. Okay.
Max will he updates his phone with your contact info.
I'll update mine. I'll stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Hunter, Mr. Max.
Good evening, Mr. Lejeune.
To the door. Go back, take the bike. Head back to my Haven.
Okay. And Mr. Lejeune has left the scene. And should now just be me and Mr. Hunter. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now, Mr. Hunter, please understand the situation that you are putting me in with this. Mr. Kokler, while I do find his actions to be, as I mentioned, just tacky, overblown, drug out, doesn't mean he's wrong. So, what that means is for the next tonight and tomorrow and the following evening, you are, of course, not to be let out of my sight. Now, if you have any other personal business to take care of during the day, Mr. Drescher and Marcus both, excuse me, he didn't say Mr. Drescher, he said Sergeant Drescher. Sergeant Drescher and Marcus will accompany you to wherever you need to go.
Okay.
In other words, he's not letting you out of his sight until the blood bond is full.
Right, right.
It's just not going to happen. Now, once that is complete, I will then release you to pursue the goal that I have set forth. Understood?
Understood, sir.
Excellent, excellent. Now, Marcus, prepare bed. We have a guest. And the skinny little twerp in the nicer clothing, he gets up and he goes and he prepares a basically an air mattress, for lack of a better term, because all the rooms are kind of booked. Now, while they're getting your arrangements set up,
Okay.
the man I refer to as Sergeant Drescher, that is not just a cute name, that is...
You want to go home and make fire? You're going to make... Then if you're making... You're making fire.
We're clear.
Okay. That is Sergeant Drescher. The name is not just some cute little nickname. He was my platoon sergeant in Iraq, the first one. And he's been with me ever since I've been a venture. The skinny little twerp that went to make your bed, his name is Marcus. Last name is Ackerman, but we just call him Marcus. He is my valet, and he is a graduate of the Harvard MBA MBA JD program. So he knows some law and he knows some finance, and he basically makes sure the books are balanced at the end of the week, at the end of the day. That's his job. The other one that's not here, her name is Layla Hirsch. She is my technical expert, and her job is computers and all things computer, hacking, networking, cameras, security cameras.
The stuff they taught me in the NSA. Gotcha.
Yep, that stuff. And also avoiding them.
Yeah.
That's a high priority, is to avoid them. And the next thing, one thing we will have to work on is to remove that surveillance that is on you from the NSA, because I do not want my name attached to anything in the NSA. I spent a great deal of time making sure that the Maximilian Hardcastle, or Captain Hardcastle, is an empty grave in Arlington National Cemetery. I spent a great deal of time and effort to make sure that is where they think I am. Soon, you too will be nothing more than a black star on the wall of the CIA, or whatever the hell it is that NSA get. But not right now. So, do you have a preference of food, drink, girls, boys, both?
Oh, God, well, yeah, not really.
None of the above?
As far as, like, food goes, food is food. I mean, you spend enough time in the suck, and it just everything tastes like chicken anymore.
Oh, well. I have forgotten that. Although I do appreciate a good red wine every once in a while. Although, even though it doesn't, he pours himself a small glass, basically a shot glass, basically. And although I do appreciate the taste every once in a while, I don't. You know, this doesn't give me quite the same fulfillment as it did when I wore the uniform. Still have that uniform.
I actually need to go back to the office to grab a couple of things.
Oh. Anything in particular?
Yeah, I've got some body armor there. If I'm going to be staying here, might as well bring it.
Okay, that's fine. It's no big deal.
He's actually going to give you the rundown of what he's got.
Mm-hmm.
It's are you familiar with body armor types?
Yeah. Well, vaguely. I mean.
Dragon skin.
Yeah.
He's got a set of dragon skin armor.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I got that approved, and I was not even going to say anything. They were like, "Yep, okay." I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah, Max will go with you to the office, like he said,
Okay.
letting you out of his sight. But he'll just accompany you and kind of chit chat with you and say, "Yeah, captain in the Army, rifle company. Spent once the Desert Storm, or once let's see, what was it? Once Desert Shield became Desert Storm, went in after the tanks and the Special Forces and all those guys, spent some time in the cleanup, and then, went where the Army told me to go for a while. But, then he gets to your office, and he's like, holy shit, is that dragon skin?
Yup.
Wow. What you got in here?
He's got a set of Kevlar. He's got dragon skin. That's pretty much all the impressive shit right there.
Okay.
He actually grabs a set of dual karambits off the wall that are mounted in an X formation.
What?
Karambits, they're a type of combat knife, actually.
Oh.
Used, I believe, in Indonesia primarily. Hold on. Karambit. I am actually screenshotting and sending a picture to you on Facebook. Yeah, it's Indonesian is the origin. Those are various types of karambits. His looks like the bottom right one.
Oh,
Last year I actually took some martial arts, how to use those things.
Very
dirty.
Okay.
Very dirty.
Yeah. They're primarily used for like slashing arteries and whatnot.
Okay.
Primarily designed to not be noticed, which is very dishonorable, but hey.
Hey, he was Special Forces.
Yeah.
Actually, when you talk about Desert Storm, he actually kind of chuckles and will inform you that during Desert Storm, he was in a Special Forces unit as a point man, where he actually acquired numerous medals, including the Purple Heart during Desert Storm.
Huh, Purple Heart, what did you forget to duck?
No, I grabbed my squad mate and rotated. I took the bullet for him.
He forgot to duck, and you just ate it for him. Well, that's nice of you.
Yup.
Oh, that's nice of you. Hopefully that won't be a problem, but I can almost guarantee you at some point someone will be shot. Now, as for personal security for myself, that is Drescher's job. He's the one that oversees that. But if you feel like taking a bullet for me, I'm not going to complain, mind you. Of course, once your 3-step blood bounce, it's not going to matter, so you're going to do it anyway.
Right.
But no, Drescher is the one that's responsible for security of myself and the others. That would also include you, but seeing as how you're investigating, too much security would give away what you're doing, so we'll just assume.
He's actually also going to grab a more or less a stealth suit. Black suit with some Kevlar built into it. Have you ever seen the game Splinter Cell played?
Yeah.
He's essentially grabbing a Sam Fisher suit.
Oh, okay.
The wetsuit armor suit, yeah.
Yeah.
Which has a built-in computer thing in the arm.
Yeah, basically a built-in smartphone.
Smartphone tablet thing, yeah.
Smartphone tablet thing. Yeah. It's like, well, that could come in handy at night. So anyway,
Do what?
I said that could come in handy at night. Hopefully you won't have to do too much infiltration.
Yeah. But spending 3 days away from the office in case something happens and police come and I'm not here to go, no, don't go into my apartment.
Yeah. Is there anything up there contraband-wise that doesn't go boom, bang, burn, or anything like that? You need to...
For example,
Say what? Oh, like grenades or something.
Oh, no, I didn't go for any grenades.
Woo! Gotta watch sit in that office next to that train there, buddy. You just got trained.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I don't have any grenades or anything crazy like that.
Okay.
I actually got turned down for an AR-15. So he grabs a hunting rifle.
Some bolt-action 7.62 or something. 30-06.
Yeah, something kind of like in American Sniper,
Yeah.
or not American Sniper, shooter.
Yeah.
Just the regular hunting rifle that theoretically can actually fire at 500 yards and hit the target.
Yeah. Yeah. Hyper accurate assault or hunting rifle. Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't need that.
He's going to grab a laptop bag and another bag that looks like a rolled up sleeping bag, but much smaller.
Okay. Okay. As you start gathering all this stuff up, the Max starts to get a little impatient. It's like, hey, it's only 3 days. We're not occupying my hotel room.
Sorry. So yeah, once he's got all that, he's gonna head out. Kind of like saying, "Hey, I'm going on big 3-day vacation. I'll be back later, Janine."
Yep. Do you have someone to watch The Office while you're away?
Yeah. The office is actually a full-size office, by the way. I didn't really get to mention that. It is a full-size office with cubicles and other office doors. But going into his office specifically, there was actually an apartment attached to the side of it through another door behind his desk. So, yeah.
So there's people there.
No, there is a receptionist here. It's nighttime. There's a receptionist here. Outside of that, there's nobody else here. But there are other offices with names on the doors and shit. So
it's like, okay, so you don't own the company?
No, he owns the company. It's just this is his firm.
Okay, so you have other dudes that do the investigation as well.
Yeah. He has other people on the payroll who investigate. Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. But let's get your stuff in the car and try not to attract attention. And Max is going, or the SUV. Max drives or has driven a black SUV, like a Tahoe, big SUV. And while you're loading up all, everything to invade Iraq personally, he's just kind of like standing next to it, and he's like, if anybody starts looking, he's like, go away. You can go away now. Nothing to see here. Is that a hunting rifle? No, that is not a rifle. That is nothing. That is just a walking stick. Now go away.
In the situation where somebody's like, is that a hunting rifle? He's going to look at them and go, I'm going to the Catskills to hunt bear. Is that a problem? Do you have the clearance to even ask me this type of question?
Well, with Max there, they're just going to go home and rethink their life for a long time before they think about, worrying about it. He's just going to take one
Right.
look at it and say, "You're going to go home now, and you're going to forget about this. Go away."
Yay, dominate.
Dominate 3.
Ah.
About it. With a dice,
Oh my god, there's a raccoon across the street walking.
like upright.
Like, no, it's kind of just moseying along down the road. I'm in the middle of a city.
Okay. Well, of course, raccoons love cities where all the trash is up. Anyway, so you load everything up, and
Yeah.
eventually Max will return. Now, Max is going to go, you're going to leave the big stuff in the car, because you can't tuck it into your pocket. It's not convenient. Or change
Okay.
I had to change clothes. And we
Yeah,
also
he probably grabbed a couple of changes of clothes just for he's going to be gone for a couple of days.
And, this is a 5-star hotel, so they have pickup and laundry service, which means make sure your pockets are clear and no sharp, spiky bits is going to freak out the hotel staff. Okay?
There are 1,000 things that people forget every day. I'll make sure it's one of them.
Make sure it's not one of them. Your car keys, I don't care about your car keys, but the sharp, spiky knife thing, I don't want some lady sticking her hand into your pocket and getting her fingers cut off because you left your damn knives in the pocket or something, okay? Use a little common sense here, Mr. Hunter. Anyway, but in the meantime, room service is on the house. Order whatever you want. Food, drink, girls, boys, both, whatever. And in the meantime, enjoy your little vacation. For 3 days from now, or 3 nights from now, you're going to be busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, he's going to set up his laptop and start studying.
Yeah. So, yep. See you in the evening. As Max retires to the back room somewhere. And with that, we are going to